Hey crafters! Today we're going to dip our brushes into something a little different, but just as magical. Now for the longest time, I held off on using digital pattern papers from outside sources. We would occasionally make our own, but it was few and far between, mostly because I didn't want to steer you toward what might have been considered the competition. But things have changed, and in the best way possible. Now that Dreaming Tree is part of the Creative Fabrica family, a whole new world of inspiration has opened up for us. So recently we released this cute little gift bag featuring this reindeer, and you can see here that it's mostly solid colors. We've got some gold foils and some glitters, and it called for one patterned piece of paper. Now I went through my stash, I tried to find something appropriate, and I found some graphic 45 paper that had some snowflakes on it and thought maybe it might work. When I cut it out, the snowflakes were so big that you almost couldn't tell that they were snowflakes. And I was like, well, what am I gonna use? And then I thought, well, there's a ton of digital papers available on Creative Fabrica. Why don't I download some and do a print then cut? And in the process, I had a couple epiphanies. One is that when you use the pattern papers, you can actually resize them and scale them either big or small so that they fit perfectly on the little piece that you need to implement it or incorporate it into, which I thought, well, I hate to sound cliche, but it's kind of a game changer. Now, in the past, I experimented with printing something like this on a textured cardstock, which, by the way, does work. It's just that the colors are just not as vibrant and it just doesn't look as good. But there is, you can see here, this is the paper that I use. It's 8.5 by 11. It's made by Epson. It's called Premium Presentation Paper. It's matte. Now, of course, it doesn't have a texture. If it does, it's very subtle. Let me open this up. It comes in sheets of 50 and it prints out beautifully, okay? The colors are very rich, very vibrant, very detailed, and yeah, again, it's kind of like using the smooth side of your cardstock, especially if you have all this going on with all this texture and the bling and the foil and the glitter. Having a smooth cardstock is not really that bad. I think it looks great. It blends well. It inks well also. It's really a great option. So you just need to familiarize yourself with the print then cut process for your specific cutting machine. Get yourself some good paper. I'll include a link to this paper. And then of course it helps to have a decent printer as well. You can see behind me there, I have a Epson, it's called an Eco Tank. So you don't really need to buy cartridges or ink cartridges and replace them. I think I've had that same ink cartridge in there for probably about 6 months, if not longer. I think I've had that printer for over 2, maybe 3 years and I've only had to replace the ink once. So it works really well. I don't print a lot of digital paper, but that may change. I'm not going to be doing full sheets because I know how to do the print then cut, so that's going to save you a lot of ink as well because you can really just specify exactly where you want that pattern. And that's going to segue into this video. That is what I'm going to show you today. I'm going to cover Cricut Design Space, Surecuts a lot, which I use with my Caesar Juliet, and I'll also be showing you how to do it in Silhouette Studio, in my case Business Edition, but you'll need at least Designer Edition or later just because you need it to import SVG files. So with that said, let's get started. So the first thing you're going to want to do is obviously log in to your Creative Fabrica account, and I'm already logged in. So the best way to find what you're looking for as far as pattern papers goes is by simply typing in Christmas pattern into the search. And once you type in your search, what I'd recommend doing is going under categories and clicking on the little checkbox next to patterns. Now, it doesn't look like it really did much, but as you begin to scroll, more items will appear, and it will make sure that it does not show you all of these other options, including t-shirt designs, icons, crochet patterns, things of that nature. It should stick to Christmas patterns. Now at this point, we just need to find something that we think will work. I'm looking at some of the little previews here, and I see a nice snowflake pattern here. This one's really nice as well. Let's click on this one. And that'll open it up in a brand new window so that you don't lose your search. I still have the search here. And to download this, we just simply hit download. Unless you've specified otherwise, this entire download should end up in your downloads folder. All right, let's pop into Cricut Design Space so I can show you how to take that snowflake pattern and superimpose it on top of the SVG so that we can do a print to cut. The first thing we want to do is upload the actual SVG. So from a blank project, we're going to click Upload and click Upload Image and Browse. And inside the SVG folder for our reindeer gift bag, I'm going to bring in the actual scarf element. There it is. We'll hit Continue and hit Upload. Okay, then we have that on the mat. Okay, next we're going to go under Upload again, and this time we're going to add a pattern fill instead of an image. So we're going to select Pattern Fill up here and upload the pattern. We'll click Browse. So we're going to go into the Downloads folder and locate those Christmas patterns that we just downloaded from Creative Fabrica. And let's take a look at them a little bit closer here. This is the little snowflake pattern that I really liked. I'm going to go ahead and open that. Okay, it's going to upload it. And I'm just going to call this snowflake pattern. You can call it blue. Doesn't really matter. Then we'll click Upload. So once the pattern's uploaded, we can go back to the mat here. And what we need to do is convert this from an SVG file to a print and cut. So under Operation, we're going to change this from Basic Cut to Print and Cut. Okay, so it should maintain the integrity of the file, the shape, so on and so forth. But now, when we click on this little green box here, this is the fill. When we click on that, we'll have the option to change it from color to pattern. And when we do that, you'll see the pattern that we just added, the snowflakes. Okay, and there it is. Now the cool thing about this is we can click Edit Pattern, and it'll bring it up like this. And we can change the scale of it. So as we scale it, we can either make it smaller, because it is a pretty big file originally, or we can make it bigger. And depending on how big or small we make it, will determine just how much of those snowflakes are going to be visible. Now that's the beauty of working with these digital papers, is that you have more control over the size of the little elements in the design. Where with a standard piece of pattern paper that's already printed, you can't really manipulate how big or small the elements are going to appear on your final cutout. And then what you can also do is just kind of shift their location. So you can really move this around so that you get it to look exactly how you want it to look. You can also rotate it. You can move it vertically or horizontally until you get the desired effect. And I think that actually looks a little bit better, even smaller. Okay, so we've edited the pattern. We can close this, and it's already set as a print to cut. So we'll just hit Make. You don't need to save it. And at this point, you just continue the print then cut process like you would any other print then cut. You're going to print this out, feed it into your machine, and then your machine should cut along the edges to cut out a perfect little scarf with your custom pattern. Okay, let's take a look at the same process in Cricut software. So I have my Cricut open. I'm going to be cutting this with a Caesar machine. And a couple ways of doing this. You can either click Import and go into your downloads. We need to find the SVG file. The process is basically the same as it was in Design Space, maybe a little bit quicker. We'll go under SVG, and I'm going to do this so I can see the icon. There is the scarf. Okay. And then what we're going to do is go over here and click Fill and Stroke. Okay, we're going to change this from color to pattern. It's going to bring up this window here, and we can click on Load Image right here and right here. And at this point, we'll go into the download from Creative Fabrica and find the snowflake pattern. There it is. And here is where we can preview it now. Okay, so I hit preview, and you can see that it added a pattern to this piece instead of the solid color. And again, just like we did in Cricut Design Space, you can offset it a little bit so that it moves. You can increase or decrease the size. If you do that, you're going to want to do it equally with the width and height, otherwise it will look skewed. Okay, so that increased the size of the little snowflakes there. Again, we can rotate it if we want. And we'll rotate it by 20 degrees, hit preview. Okay. And that is how you can customize this in SureCuts-A-Lot. So now, if you're using a Caesar machine, for example, this is ready to go. Let's take a look at the preview. Now, one setting that I really like to use in SureCuts-A-Lot when I'm doing print-to-cuts is under the document window here. You can turn on registration marks and print margins so that you can see just how much space you have to actually add things to print and cut. And then this, the show registration marks, will show you where the registration marks will be relative to the actual piece, so that when you do place this on your mat for print and cut, you can keep it within the guidelines or the print margin for your specific printer. Because if you have it slightly over, it will give you an error message. So to show the print margins and the actual registration marks, under Document here, you can click these two little boxes, and that will show you those two vital pieces of information. And this is ready to go. Okay, next, here we are in Silhouette Studio. This is Business Edition. In order to import SVG files, you do need Designer Edition or later. And we're going to go to File and Open. And we're going to locate our first file here. This is the same piece, the little scarf. Okay, so once we have our scarf up there, let's go under Library. And under Library, we're going to click on Patterns. Okay, right now this folder is empty. Okay, so once we have the Patterns folder selected, we're going to bring up the Downloads window just from your desktop. And let's locate the one that we're interested in. Here it is right here. And we're going to take it and just drag and drop it into this window. So by dragging and dropping it, we're telling Silhouette Studio that because we're putting this into the Patterns folder, make this available when I go to select a pattern on one of my designs. So because I had the scarf selected, it automatically applied that pattern. But if you want to go back in, or if yours did not automatically apply, you simply want to highlight your SVG or the element that you want to apply the pattern to, and then just make sure that you click on the Fill panel here. It looks like a little artboard. And then you can click on the pattern, and that new one that we just added will be listed here. Okay, so it's right there. And then what you can do here, you can change the scale. Okay, you can rotate it. I think the scale is typically all you really need to do. A couple helpful things you can do to get this prepped for you is going under Auto, under the media size, and just changing that to letter. Typically that's the size that you're going to be doing a print to cut on. And then going away from the page setup panel, there's another little option here. Let's open the Modify panel, and this is where we can turn on registration marks, which you'll need to do a print and cut. And once you have that set, you can start the print and cut process from this window here by clicking Print. And then once that's done, you'll go under Send. And now you can see with the red line around it here, it's also ready to cut. And that's just the beginning, guys. Having so many beautiful pattern papers right at our fingertips is such a wonderful addition to our digital stash. There's real value in that. So add that to your value bucket in addition to the fact that the subscription includes all of our files as well. Now I'll be sharing more videos like this soon, including ways to use Creative Fabrica's graphics and fonts to create custom card inserts and more. There's a lot of creative magic ahead. I look forward to crafting with you soon.